By the way, we just had a gentleman calling in listening to us on KU-band Satellite, and it's not something that we really promote very often here on Free Talk Live, but since he called in, I figured I'd mention it. You can get Free Talk Live via satellite direct to your home, and you do it through what's called free-to-air. Now, the reason why it's called free-to-air is because you don't have to pay a subscription fee to listen and watch, meaning that we pay to be there. So we pay the satellite uplink facility to put us up on the bird, as they call it, the satellite. And then it's transmitted down across all of North and Central America, also a good chunk of East, West, Central Africa as well. And anybody with a cheap dish and a cheap receiver and the time and ability to install it, or you can have someone else install it for you. But it's maybe $100 for a receiver, maybe $100 for the dish. Maybe it's more like $70 for the dish. A few bucks on cable. So you're literally up and running for around $200 if you can do your own install. If you need somebody else to do it for you, you're probably getting close to $300 or $350 or something like that. Because it can be kind of a pain to find a satellite and point a dish at it.
3 months of DirecTV or Dish Network, and you're paid for.
Yeah, and then once you buy and install the equipment and get it pointed at the right satellite dish, it'll work as long as the equipment's good for. Like, there's no fee that you have to pay every month to do that. And that means you can get Free Talk Live and all the other great LRN.FM shows. So you'll get Derek J with Peace News Now, and all of the LRN programs all there. Now, some of the other channels up there are neat, like RT. They've got a channel up on free-to-air. Al Jazeera America also available on free-to-air. There's a lot of international stuff up there, like foreign language, Arabic, or different countries, different languages, content. That's what it's most popular for in the United States. But in places like Cameroon, Africa, it's incredibly popular, this free-to-air satellite, because, number one, there's no such thing as cable installations in Cameroon, Africa, or in a lot of other poor places of the world. Cable's just... It just doesn't exist.
They don't have cable.
There's satellite, because satellite goes everywhere cable doesn't. I mean, satellite is available as long as you can see the satellite in the sky wherever your location is. So if you've got a bunch of trees around, then you can't see the satellite.
As long as you can point something at an unexposed sky.
Right. Good point. You can't actually see the satellite itself, but
you're going to have people out there looking.
Right. You know where it is in the sky. If if there's a bunch of trees blocking the way, you're not going to be able to get the signal. But otherwise, pretty much everybody can get this, and so very poor places, people with not a lot of money, they can't afford to pay. Even if they had cable, they couldn't afford to pay the cable bill, and so that's probably one of the reasons why cable isn't there at all, because people can't afford luxuries like that. But they can afford these dishes. They're very affordable, very cheap, and again, once you've got it installed, it's good to go. So go and learn more about that at sat.lrn.fm. That's sat.lrn.fm. We got coverage maps, technical information, links to where to go and get receivers and things like that.
Just another way that Free Talk Live is dedicated to bringing the program to you the way you want to listen to it.
Yeah, and at some point I'd like to talk further about maybe expanding those satellites, getting on in Europe and other parts of the world, because it's great to be on in Central Africa, where apparently these things are very, very popular. Let's go to Nathan. He's on the line listening via Skype, or on the line via Skype. I don't know how he's listening. I presume via internet. Go ahead, Nathan.
That is correct. I do listen over the internet. Unfortunately, you're not on Sirius anymore, so I can't get Free Talk Live on there. But maybe someday. I don't know. So
it's true. I'd love to be back on Sirius XM. That was just a decision that was out of our hands. The Clear Channel had they basically canceled their agreement with XM, which was something that sort of predated when the two companies, Sirius and XM, combined, and Clear Channel backed out of their deal, and they lost all their channels.
Sirius never made a decision to cancel Free Talk Live.
They never added Free Talk Live.
Right. We were on with a company that sort of put us on XM.
Right. They had channels that they owned on XM, and when their deal went away, those channels went away.
From the listener's standpoint, it looks for all the world like Sirius just doesn't like Free Talk Live. But I would say that Sirius likely they didn't
even know we were there. Probably.
Yeah, we're not even really on their radar. So I would love for listeners to subscribers of Sirius and XM or whatever to contact their company and ask them to carry Free Talk Live, because that would be helpful. I hope we don't get too many contacts all at once, but kindness is important in dealing with anybody and getting Free Talk Live on the air.
Free Talk Live, 7 nights a week from 7 to 10 Eastern, live on the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.